Nobody knows when it started happening, but the earliest account dates back 300 years in the past in a small village called Postwick. Here, many children suffer from insomnia, or rather, they were afraid to go to sleep. They uniformly complained about a strange man with an elephant nose that would appear in their dreams. The man would stalk them from the edge of their periphery, his eyes shining brightly in the dark to signal his presence. He never came closer than 12 feet of them, but his breath can be felt on the back of their necks. He never made any sounds when he moved, but the ground reverberated with each step. Most of them were understandably afraid, but if a child brave enough to confront the strange man turned to face him, they would see nothing but an empty abyss. It was as if parts of the scenery were suddenly missing, as if something sunk their teeth and claws into the tail end of their dreams and shredded it to pieces, like a storybook with the last few pages torn out so violently that it warped the book's spine. The adults during this time did what adults did in every time. They ignored their children's pleas. They were left to fend for themselves in their dreams where they were most vulnerable. Some of the children made it out alive. Some of them became catatonic. It took the adults some time before they finally noticed. It took them even longer to take things seriously. In the ensuing months, the villagers held many town hall meetings to figure out how to protect their children from the horrific dream demon. They tried everything from medications to exorcisms, but none of it worked. They were at their wits' end when one day, a drifter joined in on a meeting. He was sympathetic to their plight and discussed teaching children about lucid dreams, a method of controlling their own dreams. At first, the villagers were dismissive, but the drifter reminded them that they had more to lose by not heeding his words. Without a better alternative, they turned to the drifter, and so he taught their children how to control their dreams to dispel the demon that invaded their subconscious. And it proved to be extremely effective. More and more children were able to protect themselves from the Eater of Dreams, starving the vicious creature to death. Everyone collectively breathed a sigh of relief. Peace returned to the quaint little village. Afterwards, the drifter requested 2,000 gold for his services. It was quite a bit of money, but nothing that couldn't have been covered by the town treasury. It was more than fair for his part in saving their children. However, the villagers refused. They believed that he was attempting to profit from their tragedy, and so the drifter cut his price to 1,000 gold. The villagers got angry and beat the drifter half to death for what they considered an extortion. The drifter chuckled as he wiped the blood from his mouth. He warned them of an impending danger, far bigger than the one they had faced. "It'll come soon," he said, "and he won't be around to stop it." The villagers didn't like what he had to say. They became violent. As the drifter drew his last breath, a figure stirred in the shadowy corner of the village, a single coin on a string swinging like a pendulum between its fingers. I'm the guy that knows a guy who knows another guy, and this has been another episode of Pokemon Facts. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual Pokemon facts. Have a wonderful Pokemon day.